How's it, everybody? This is a business module by Liam O'Reilly. It's for the community and friends. So, getting back into business for the community, family, and friends is easy. You just need to put a bit of TLC, take life serious, and there's good reasons for doing stuff for the community. Getting back into business is also like a dedication, it's like a job. So, you just take it seriously. You don't have to be greedy. Being greedy is also a mistake, but we're going to focus on a script. A script is also good. There's a lot of things getting into business, whatever this business may be. Maybe you got a DJ business, a cafe, a restaurant, or opportunity. An opportunity to do some positivity is always going to be better than negativity. So this is a business module. It's the first minute is for a lot of people. Maybe you got some business ideas or dreams of yours that you want to perform, or maybe you got some dreams or ideas. It's always excellent because you have to love your job. And this is a business module for anyone. Getting back into business has got a lot of good reasons for the community, your friends, people that you care about, people in the community that follow you, friends that you don't think about. There's a lot of reasons to get back into business. Getting into business is easy. There's a lot of things that could occupy you. You know what I mean? Maybe you got an opportunity to do something positive. You're a DJ, or you got a Facebook, or you have some business ideas. It's easy. You just follow a script. Get a book, and write down all of these ideas like a script and follow the script. So this business module is for anyone. Maybe you are a rapper or somebody you want to become even more famous and make money. Then you have to take life seriously. And in taking life seriously, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can do poetry, you can get an Instagram, you can do some art. There's a lot of ways of getting into business and a lot of good reasons. So that's the first 2 minutes. I'm not going to stop. Another thing is don't be greedy. Don't be greedy for money. Let's say you have an opportunity. Rather use the opportunity for positivity for the community will be better instead of trying to be greedy. Because being greedy is a mistake. But in any business, you have to have money. So you need to take life seriously. Get some peace and quiet. Get somewhere silent where you can work. You know what I mean? Focus on the script. Maybe you have an opportunity to be a DJ or something. Write a script down. Will always be professional. You know what I mean? Try and be professional. And in trying to be professional, there's a lot of things you can do. Get some peace and quiet, somewhere to work. That's only the first 3 minutes, so don't be greedy. It's a business module for a lot of people. There's a lot of reasons for getting into business. Maybe you have some dreams of yours, some poetry or something you want to work on, some art or pictures you want to spread around the world. Well, try to get some business cards. You know what I mean? Put some money into your business. You don't have to put too much money. But obviously, if you put money into your business, there'll be a return. So try to put some money in your business, get some business cards, some simple equipment, some good friends, forgive people, try to enjoy life, become a bit famous. You know what I mean? Take a bit of risks. With a bit of business cards, can be an adventure. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with staying at home. Staying at home is good. It can be like your own nightclub. It's an opportunity to practice poetry. Maybe you got some speeches you want to talk about. There's a lot of different things you can do. Some ideas like you can go on YouTube and make a challenge for everyone. You can talk about life, you can talk about your relationship, you can do your own business modules, which is a good idea in getting into business, any business. With any business, you need to advertise, right? So some business cards is a good idea. Trying to advertise to different people, try to get 500 business cards. The more work you put into your business, the more it'll pay out. You don't need to have money. Money, of course, is good, but you don't need to be greedy. So try to just keep it in 35 minutes. So try to do some episodes about life, different stories. Don't have to choose reality. Reality sucks, so you need something for the weekend. And if you got a job, obviously you need to work every day. But I don't have a job, so I rather use the opportunity to do something for the community. Maybe you have a business idea or something and you want to try to become famous. You need to put some TLC. You need to put some tender love and care into your business. You need to put some TLC into the community. Be patient, you know what I mean? Take your time every day. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be different. You're allowed to experiment. You're allowed to make some mistakes. Be patient with life. And with life, you also need to be a bit professional. And another thing is, if you start a recording, don't stop, because too many people think about it. Try to follow a script, you know what I mean? Get a book, and write down all these ideas and stick to what you've listened to. So there's a lot of good reasons for getting back into business, for the community, your friends, people that you care about, people that you don't care about. Try to do something for women, for men, yourself, your parents. Talk about life. And there's a lot of things you can do, like poetry, Instagram, like what I try to do. Try to be different, do some art, keep occupied. You know what I mean? Maybe if you try to do some challenges at home. So it's a simple business module for everyone. Let's say you're my age, you're 40 years old. So it's not going to be easy, right? So try and get some business cards. So you need to put some money into this business. Simple equipment. You don't need to be too complicated. Simplicity is the key to excellence. Just be simple. You don't have to be greedy, but there's good reasons for getting into business, positive reasons. You can do positive things with the opportunity. Imagine you have a dream, an opportunity to talk about something, or opportunity to help people will always be better. So that's just the first 7 minutes. It's a business module for everybody, other than working every day. And if you do have a job, that's good. Now you can try to make your dreams come true. So you need to stay occupied. So when you come back to work, try to find a bit of extra time, do a bit of poetry, some art, a different Instagram, something positive, a nice comedy, some nice music. Maybe you have an opportunity to play for people. So then do something positive instead of negative. If you do something positive, it will pay out in a million ways. There's a lot of different things you can do. If you're an old person or a young person, maybe you got free time or you got no job, some poetry, a different type of Instagram where you can put some time and effort into it, some nice stories about life, stories about high school, some nice stories about your friends. You don't always have to be negative, but also try to be professional, as professional as possible. Simple, professional. You don't have to be too greedy. You don't have to put too much money. There's a lot of reasons for trying to be professional. Simple poems, simple art. Maybe you got a Facebook with a lot of people. So then try to do something different. Maybe use the platform for positivity. Turn it around. Instead of being negative, be positive. Then the outcome will be better. Try to look after yourself. Instead of trying to go out and clubbing and get high all the time, try to be sober. Save your money. Even if you save a little bit of money, you can use it for props or different ideas, skits, a lot of things you can do. Maybe a nice comedy will be good, or some nice music, man. There's a lot of things you can do to be occupied. You can get an Instagram, make it like a challenge, you know what I mean? Like a therapy, you know what I mean? Which is good for everyone. There's a lot of good reasons why you shouldn't be greedy. So try to do episodes. So write down everything you're planning, right? So talk about getting busy like on the weekend. Instead of getting drunk or going clubbing or something, maybe you can do a challenge with your family and stuff. Play some touch rugby, some soccer, some things at home. Go to the park. If it's raining, you can stay at home, have a fun day, some movies. You don't need to go out. Well, that's the first 10 minutes. So this is the problem. A lot of people make a recording and they stop. Try to stop that. But I guess for everyone is different, you know what I mean? There's simple things you can do. If you want to be occupied, you can perform poetry. Some of the best poets have simple ways. Get a book and do some poetry. I promise it'll pay out. Poetry is good, like an Instagram, like what I done. Could change miraculous things. Maybe you could reach people. But there's a lot of things you can do if you got free time. You can do some sort of art, simple art, you know what I mean, on Instagram or on Facebook with the editor, or simple things. You don't have to be too complicated. Maybe a simple picture. Poetry is good. So repetition is also good. Always repeat in your mind. Try to get some peace and quiet. Try to stay positive. Try to stay occupied, even if you've got a job. Because you've got 24 hours. So when you come back home, you don't need to go to bed early. Maybe you can get some nice music, some R&B, some music for your missus, some music for your friends. You can have a barbecue, get some people in your life. Always be patient, mate. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to get upset, but you're also allowed to forgive yourself. But also, with getting a script, you need to stay busy on the weekends. Be constructive. You know what I mean? Do something constructive with your time. Instead of trying to be negative, try to be positive. You know what I mean? Earn your benefit. Try to be social, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to do negative things, why don't you try to do positive things? Like maybe buy some cakes, you know what I mean? Clean yourself up. Have a bath, have a shower, buy some cakes, some biscuits, some things, some cards, go around visiting people, something positive instead of drugs or alcohol. Get some cakes, have a cake shop, and then you can work, you can have a cake shop, a second income. Well, that's the first 11 minutes, so there's only 20 more minutes. So I'm just trying to do something for the community and friends and family, how to get back into business for good reasons. Maybe you've got some dreams you want to achieve. You're 40 years old, 50 years old. Poetry is good, art is good. Trying to be faithful with your wife, spend a bit of time with family and friends is good, but also trying to go out there and enjoy life. You don't need to be too adventurous, simple adventures. You don't need to spend too much money. Be constructive, be positive, you know what I mean? Try to take life serious. And the day you take life serious is the day it will change. That's how you'll become a millionaire. Because you take life serious. Any opportunity you take serious. If you've got an opportunity, take it serious. Take your friends serious. Take your girlfriend serious. Take your parents serious. Take the opportunity serious. And it'll pay out, even if you don't get money. Take life serious, you know what I mean? Instead of joking about, take it serious. Do some serious poetry. Some serious Instagram. Make some serious music, you know what I mean? Do a bit of research. Research a nice subject, you know what I mean? If you're an old person or a young person, do a lot of research. Put a bit of money into your effort. Get a laptop, simple things, another phone. Don't always blame yourself. It's not easy to be a millionaire. And if you're 40 years old, I guess you don't have a lot of life, but you're still a young person. So you've got to make some challenges. Some challenges for the community, maybe some soccer, some touch rugby, some food challenges, some poetry challenges, movie night. Have a movie night, have a bit of peace and quiet, chill at home by the fire, a bit of time with the missus, a bit of time with mom and dad, a bit of time with your friends is always going to be good. Time with your family is excellent, you know what I mean? That's priceless. But I guess if you've got a job, you don't have any free time. So try to do something constructive, like a nice story, you know what I mean? Talk about a nice story when you're growing up, something good about the country, something nice about where you live. Don't always be negative. That's just the first 13 minutes, so there's just about another 15 minutes. Don't be greedy. Because if you're greedy, you'll make a lot of mistakes. Life is beautiful. Life is amazing. Just be patient, you know what I mean? Try not to be unbiased, you know what I mean? Be fair. Treat everyone equal. Forgive your friends, forgive yourself. Try to be stable, in your life. Try to enjoy life instead of being angry all the time. Try to do something that takes your frustration, like a challenge or something. Like put some skits on Facebook or some things to keep people occupied. And then when people are occupied, your time will go wisely. Take life seriously. You don't need to be a vicious gangster or drug dealer. But like any business, if you put money inside, it'll have a return. So there's a lot of reasons to make a business. Maybe you can sell some cakes. Maybe you can do some music business. Or maybe you got an opportunity to do something better. So come up with your own ideas. You don't need to be too drastic, keep it simple. Don't be too greedy. Don't talk and talk and talk and talk. But if you are going to talk about nice stories. Use the opportunity. Use the opportunity wisely. Because you never know who's listening and who's going to use the opportunity. But getting back into business is easy. Some business cards, take it seriously, a bit of effort, bro. Put some effort into life, like cleaning up your room, cleaning up your house, stock take. You know what I mean? Stock take of all your belongings. See what you have. See what you have in your house. See what you've got. Stock take all your things like a normal business. Then work with what you have. Don't spend too much money. If you want to make money, you need to put a bit of money. But a business is good for the community, for your friends, also yourself. It'll keep you occupied. And being occupied is going to make your life better. Then that's like therapy, speech therapy, because you're talking about it. Instead of bottling up all your problems, try to talk about life. Find a good friend, somebody good, have a bit of quiet time, chill at home, get a bottle of whiskey, some beers, have a barbecue, watch some rugby, a bit of TLC, a bit of tender love and care, a bit of experimenting. Experiment with different ideas. So instead of being greedy, do some episodes, maybe a nice comedy. But also with your dreams, to make your dreams come true is not easy. But it pays off, because you're making your dreams come true. Maybe simple art on Instagram, or simple things on Facebook, simple ideas will keep you occupied. And then your brain is not going to wander. Try to stay sober. Try to stay focused. Alcohol is not so bad. Maybe if you drink on the weekend, use the alcohol, use the drugs, use the drugs to do some art or to do some work. You can be surprised how, if you got dreams or you care about something, it can pay out. But that's this first 16 minutes, so there's only 16 more minutes. So this is for everyone, you know what I mean? Community challenges, try to do some challenges in the community, even where you live. Just some simple challenges, book challenges, something educational, something different. Not always rap music, gangsterism, drugs, and violence. Try to enjoy life. You need to take life seriously. You don't need to be a bad person. Sometimes you need to run away as well. But cheating is good. Cheating is like a normal thing to do. Sometimes you need to cheat to win, but you don't need to be greedy. Staying at home can be enjoyable. You can stay at home. You don't need to go out. You don't need to go out all the time. You can stay at home, have a good time by yourself, a few drinks, spend a bit of money on yourself, something nice to eat, save your money, budget. But you always need to stock take, you know what I mean? Stock take of everything you have, all your clothes, your possessions, your valuables, clean up your house, see what little you have, change your fashion things, go and be reasonable. Don't be blowing money, because blowing money is not a good idea. Stay positive instead of negative. But I guess you have good days and you have bad days. That's when you've got to use your network. So what you got to do is build a small network with your business cards. You know what I mean? So you got your business cards, your phones. Try to get more than one phone. So you got your network of people you can rely on, people you can talk to, people that will help you, friends that are dependable, people you can trust. Try to make good friends. Try to find good people. Maybe a bit of time at church, and try and balance your life. Even if you on the benefit or you're a poor person, you can still have a good life. Balance your life, plan your life, strategize. Strategy is simple. It's like modern warfare. A strategy is always going to work out. Follow the plan. You'll defeat a lot of people. If you've got a plan, stick to the plan. Try to always look after your children, look after mom and dad. Try to enjoy life. Also, challenges are good. Make some poetry challenges, like some speech challenges, a challenge to get drunk nice, get drunk happily. You know what I mean? Alcohol is legal, it's better than drugs. You can have a perfectly good time on alcohol. Get some nice bottles of whiskey, find a nice place to drink, listen to some quiet music, a bit of TLC, a nice movie, something constructive, something educational, a nice documentary. If you don't have a job, keep yourself occupied. Try to study something, educate yourself, and then always be patient. Don't just talk a whole lot of stuff, because you can talk, but then you can talk too much. So you just want to have little jabs at a time. Sacrifice for the greater good. Sacrifice now and it will pay out. So what you got to do, you got to sacrifice a few weekends for next weekend. So budget your life. So that's the first 20 minutes. The next 10 minutes is, try to get a job. Try to get some decent money. Try to save your money as well. But in a business, it's always a good idea for everyone. You got to be open minded. You got to try to block out the voices, and you got to be hard on yourself. You got to say no sometimes. Sometimes you want to spend money. Sometimes you want to go out. You got to do some hard work. You got to get some work out there. Sometimes, simple things, simple strategies will make all the difference. Chilling at home, enjoying yourself, talking some positive things, enjoying. If you're going to get drunk, then enjoy yourself, but try to be sober. Being sober is like a whole different ball game, you know what I mean? Being sober is good, then you can take life seriously. But in taking life seriously, you also need to enjoy yourself. So enjoy your fun seriously. Instead of like going to the city and embarrassing yourself, do something decent. Find a nice place to go. Get dressed up, a nice shirt and pants, and treat your missus good. Be faithful instead of sleeping around. Why don't you just find a girlfriend? Try to get married. Enjoy time with your children. Maybe some religion, church, or a mosque or something good. But in that, you got episodes, right? Episodes of all these things. So try to do episodes where you do something for your missus, something for yourself. So business cards are good. That will give you a network. Like maybe you can go to the barber shop, or you can go to the bakery, or you can go to places, the mall, and just hand it out to people. And then that network will grow. Then you got to try to get people in your life. And there's a whole lot of advantages with taking life seriously. Challenges are good. Maybe you can do some touch challenges, soccer challenges. That'll keep your kids occupied. Try to spend time with your kids, time with your friends, time with your family. Try to keep in contact with people. So if you have a Facebook, try to only add your family and friends. Don't be adding too many people. Have a separate Facebook. Try to be patient, try to stay alert. Take life serious, use the opportunity. So if anything fails, you have a fallback plan. You got a cushion, you know what I mean? So let's say if you get into trouble, you've got a network. But yeah, that's my 21 minutes of my business module. It's also speech therapy. Is also like a bit of dedication to the community, to earn trust. You know what I mean? Earn your place. It's a bit of relationships. You know what I mean? Build relationships. Get a community, you know what I mean? Maybe the barber shop or different people, some business cards, walk around, get to know people, make yourself visible, do some episodes where you talk about life, talk about your dreams, talk about your friends, talk about when you were young, forgive your friends. Don't talk about the bad times, talk about the good times. You can't focus on the bad times, but don't be greedy. Try to do some serious things with life. Maybe you feel like your life's at a dead end. So if your life's at a dead end, try to do something constructive. Focus into art, poetry, art, or something like an Instagram or a TikTok page that's different, a comic or something will occupy you, and then that'll bring returns. But always try to be positive. If you got an opportunity, you rather use the opportunity to be positive than negative, because then that's going to make you the better person. Being negative is only going to bring negativity, and then that's going to be nothing good. But if you are drunk or if you are doing drugs, use that high. Use that high for something positive. Clean up your house, clean up your bedroom, clean up where you live. Try to stay in contact with your friends, in contact with your parents. Try to build a network, and always try to get a job. You know what I mean? Even though I don't have a job, but eventually I will. But if you do have a job, then with your free time, try to do something constructive. Well, that's my 23 minutes. What I'm doing for the community. I still need to earn my benefit. Because you own the benefit doesn't mean it's for free. You still need to earn the benefit. So you need to be visible on the internet. Obviously, they'll follow you and find out all of these things. But there's other things to life you can do than just getting wasted on drugs. Maybe you can go out, go somewhere nice. You can search on the internet, find somewhere nice for dinner, keep yourself occupied, and you can build a routine. A routine where you got some friends and people, and always make episodes for your missus, episodes for yourself, episodes for your friends. Talk about yourself, but don't be greedy. You know what I mean? You got to save some. It's a strategy. It's like a business life. You need to save some for the rest of the year. You need to save some for better times, and that's about stock taking. So you need to save some reserve energy. So instead of selling all your ideas, you need to save some for a lengthy career. You know what I mean? Don't just throw everything into one weekend. Try to balance the books. Try to build a strategy. where you got a bit of a plan, like a battle schedule. So you got a month plan, a month. So you're not going day to day. So you have your month planned. So you got everything planned. It's all written down. You can budget. So whatever money you save will build up, and that's another business module. With the last 5 minutes, life is not easy. Life is not easy for millionaires. If you want to be a millionaire, you need to start early. You need to start when you're 5 years old. But in being a millionaire, it means you have to share with the community. But being a millionaire is good. Gives you a lot of extra money. A lot of extra money, bro. You being a millionaire, you can have maybe 10 million. You meet a lot of millionaires. So you'll have that network. Being a millionaire is this module. Being a millionaire is better. We got billionaires, millionaires, and a millionaire's got a lot of money. You can go buy $100,000 car. You can go a $10,000 watch. It's a better life. You can go anywhere in the world. But in order to be a millionaire, you need to borrow money. And going to the bank is a good idea. But you need to stay sober, pay your bills off, pay your debts off. And that's just another 30 minutes. How to be a millionaire, even if you're 40, or even if you're homeless, you can bounce back. Take life seriously. Take anything seriously. Get a bit of peace and quiet, study, keep informed, and use the opportunities wisely. Strategize your life, and you'll become a millionaire. And it's a whole different life. It's a whole different life. No problems if you're a millionaire. No problems. Only a millionaire can spend 30 minutes on YouTube, man. Only a 30 for millionaires, bro. It's a whole different life, mate. But you've got to budget your money. You can't be blowing money. But with all that money comes responsibility. Responsibility to your friends, community, and everybody else. Talk some good stories. Talk about something different, maybe something positive. You know what I mean? Cheat a bit. Since you were cheated, you might as well as cheat. But be patient. Strategize your life, budget your life. Don't just blow your money. Have some good times, quality times. That's what life is about. Get a nice bottle of whiskey, maybe 2 bottles of whiskey, a box of beer. Treat yourself good, something nice to eat. Don't just always blow your money. Strategize, you know what I mean? But don't be greedy. Just little jabs, little episodes will go a long way. Maybe a nice comedy, something serious, a topic of discussion that interests people, something different, maybe a nice story, you know what I mean, something about life, something about the world. But in life you need to work hard. So if you work hard, it'll pay out. You got to get off your ass and work hard. If you work hard, it'll definitely pay out. You'll definitely become a millionaire. Do some serious hard work in your life. Focus all that energy in yourself. You know what I mean? Focus all that hard work in yourself. Do a bit of strategy, planning, focus. Instead of going out, do some hard work in your life and you'll get somewhere. You'll definitely get far, bro. You'll reach billionaires, a lot of people. But it all takes time, dedication. And that's just a business module, mate. Because I know a lot of millionaires. So instead of being greedy, try to pace yourself. You know what I mean? Pace yourself. Because we're all crazy at the end of the day. Enjoy life. Take life serious. Take mom and dad serious. Take your girlfriend serious. And your friends and family. And use every opportunity wisely. Instead of being negative, be positive. You don't have to be greedy. Be patient. Be patient in life. And a whole lot of different things. So instead of being greedy, try to work hard, when you're young, and it'll pay off. Do some challenges. And if you're not a rich person, network, and you'll reach a millionaire. And a millionaire's got extra money for everyone. It's always a millionaire in every neighborhood, every hood. There's always a millionaire. And it's a much better life. No problems. But you always have to be patient. And that's another business module, mate. Where I've got to earn my benefit, mate. I might be a billionaire, but it's still a lot of money. Budgeting, saving money, and a whole lot of things you need to put in life. It's more than chess. You know what I mean? This is Napoleon, you know what I mean? You need to enjoy life. Whatever life you have, even if it's a simple life, you can still enjoy life. Even if you don't have much life left, you can make challenges for yourself, challenges for your friends, for what little community you have, or you can broaden your horizon with some business cards. Take a bit of risks. Always be adventurous and don't be greedy. Instead of talking for hours, pace yourself, have a bit of sleep, a bit of rest, strategize. And that's another business module.